Certainly, my friend. So, I am here today to give you an introduction on work health and safety. And my name is Ishani Das. I work as a work health representative in this organization. So, I believe after the lunch break, we will be taking you on a tour. Yes. So, what we are going to do that is give you practical guidance on work health and safety. So, what I'm going to do here now is to give you an introduction on work health and safety. So, to give you a better understanding with the practical and the theoretical area of how work health and safety works in this organization. So is that clear to everybody?
Yes.
Okay, let's move on. First look at the overview. So what we are going to discuss today is the importance of work health and safety, legislation framework, duties and duty holders, managing risk, and emergency procedures. So before we begin, what do you think work health and safety is? Any ideas? Sorry? Work health and safety is? Any ideas?
It will help us during the work, like if we got injuries or something happened to us, then it will be help to us how we can deal with the things.
Okay, that's correct. So work health and safety is a legislation requirement designed by the company according to their activities to ensure safety of all of us, like she said. So that is correct. So let's see. So work health and safety is a discipline concerned with the protecting the health and safety of all stakeholders in the workplace from exposure to hazards and risks resulting from work activities. Okay, so why do you think work health and safety is important to us? Any ideas?
Yes, as I already said, it will be really helpful. During the work, if someone got injuries, then it will be help to the people.
Okay. Any more? Okay. As you said, it provides work safety, healthy environment to work, and it will minimize the injury and illness of any workplace person, having a fit and productive workforce. So that's on people-wise. On business-wise, if we do this properly, it will reduce the business cost, it will reduce the human cost, and it will also be complying with the legal responsibilities and employee responsibilities. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, now what I wanted to show you in this legislation to tell you that work health and safety is not merely a company thing. It is governed by an act. It is a legal responsibility as well. So this act is supported by the regulations, code of practices, standard and guiding materials. And you have to also be aware of that we are governed by the New South Wales Act because we are in the New South Wales territory. So if we go elsewhere, we have to govern by that act. So if you need further information, I have given you an letter site on all the websites. You can go to those websites and get a better understanding. Okay? So, who is responsible for work health and safety? Who do you think is responsible?
First of all, employee.
Yes, that is correct. Because ultimately the responsibility lies with the company. Company's responsibility for the safety of everybody. But that doesn't mean that we have to put overall responsibility for the company. We are individually is responsible for our safety and the safety of others. So if we take the company, yes, all the regulatory compliance and everything he has to be responsible for. Then it comes the officers like us, work health and safety representative in the committees. They have to ensure that due diligence with work health and safety at all times. Then comes the workers, like the trainees like your employees, volunteers, anybody. They have to ensure the safety of themselves and the safety of others. And when it comes to others, that means the visitors, the customers, and the family members, they have to take care of the work health and safety abiding by the company policies. Is that clear to everybody?
Yes.
Good. So let's move on to an important area. That's risk management. So when it comes to risk management, we do all this to manage risk. Any workplace has a risk. So that's why we have to put policies and procedures on work health and safety. So risk management. How do you think that we approach and mitigate all these risks? Do you have any ideas on that? Okay. So this is an important area. So So look at this slide, and approaching the risk, there is 4 steps. So when you take a work activity, you have to see whether there is a risk. So you have to identify the risk first. Do you understand that? If there is no risk, there is no point in looking at what a management is. So if you identify the risk, you have to manage it. So for managing, you can have 4 methods, 4 simple methods. Either you can look at eliminating the risk. So how do we eliminate the risk? We can put controls to it. What I mean by controls, for an example, you can put signboards. Like if you drive on the road, there will be signboards. Why do they have signboards? To mitigate the risk. So eliminate the risk. So for that, we also can put signboards, and then we can isolate the risk. Any examples? If you say any bad chemical materials, if you have, you can isolate it. Instead of keeping in a public area where everybody works, you can isolate that risk. So then you can administrate the risk. How do we administrate the risk? So we have policies and procedures, we have rules, we have supervisions. So that is managing, administrating the risk. And lastly, we can provide you with the personal protective equipment. So according to the work activities, we can provide you with face masks, gloves, protective clothing like boots and everything to ensure that work health and safety is managed. So once you put all these controls in place, we have to ensure these controls are maintained. If these controls are not maintained, then again the risk is not mitigated or eliminated. So once it is maintained, we have to review whether controls are, like whether you need to adopt more controls, or whether if there are too many controls, it's no point either. So you have to see that everything is operated smoothly. So this is how we manage the risk. So is that clear to everybody? Because this is an important area. Okay. Let's move on. So, like you said, I talked about risk mitigation. So you can't have a proper procedures if you don't have a proper structure. So what I wanted to emphasize here is the company structure and where work and safety people are in place. So as you may see, each department will at least have one senior health representative and one work health safety representative, and they all gather our concerns, our matters to the work health and safety committee. So what the work health and safety committee does it to support our concerns, to implementation of policies and procedures, they report to the management to support their decision. Okay. So in this slide, I'm going to give you a short summary of work health and safety representative, what we are responsible of, and you can approach to us on any of these concerns. So first of all, management accountability, because the management has delegated their responsibility to us on work health and safety. So we are accountable on the management to provide right data, right information around work health and safety. Then we have to also ensure that work health and safety compliance and consultations are properly done. So because this is a regulatory environment. Then as I discussed earlier, also on work health and safety risk management, we are responsible. So that, like, giving you this training is also a part of that. So then you all are well aware of what work health and safety is in this organization. Then we are also responsible on injury management, which means if somebody get injured, how we provide them with the workers' compensation procedures, their medical concerns, supporting their families and everything, we are responsible of. So if there are concerns, you have to come to us. So we will escalate this to the respective authorities. Then again, lastly, on emergency procedures and incident management. Okay, let's move on. Are everybody comfortable?
Yes.
Okay. So incident management. So what is an incident? So incident is like something like, let's say somebody gets injured. So it is an incident. Something happens. Some injury happens. So that is an incident. So what do we do at an incident? Any ideas? So somebody falls. What do we do? Yes, that is correct. we have to keep calm. We should not panic or make the person who's injured is panic. And then we have to ensure the safety of us first and safety of the others. Then inform of work health and safety warden. Provide first aid if possible. If you're well aware of it, then keep the area clear. Don't mess it up further. And then report the incident once everything is on. You can call an ambulance. Once everything is over, you have to report the incident. Okay? So we are going to move on to emergency procedure. So first of all, I have given you a big structure here, but it's a very simple structure. More detailed structure is available in your intranet. But what I want to emphasize you on these two assembly areas. So do you know what an assembly area is? No? So what happens is in an emergency area, everybody rush out. But you can't just rush out to some hospital or some place to hide. You have to gather at these assembly points, at one of these assembly points. So your record is taken and we are ensured that you are safe. So because most of the colleagues doesn't know that we have two assembly areas. So we have two assembly points, one at the entrance and one at the warehouses. Okay? So what should we do in an emergency? So like I said earlier, you have to keep calm. You can't just run out. Okay? You have to ensure the safety of yourself first and safety of others. So, and wait for the second alarm to exit. There will be two alarms, emergency alarm. First alarm will only give you a warning that this may lead into an emergency situation. So this time is good to grab your most valuable stuff and be ready. So if the second alarm goes, you have to be ready to exit. You can't just run, you have to be ready. And then the safety warden will give you an indication or instruction to exit. So you have to exit according to his instructions. So we have to ensure that you are exit in a minimal time. Okay? And then do not ever use the elevators. You can't use the elevator in emergency. You have to use the stairway. The exit board will be there visible and clear. Always use the exit stairway. Then gather at one of the assembly points that I showed you earlier. All good?
Yes.
Okay. Ready for the tour?
Yeah.
So finally, there further information you can get from the company intranet. Then introduction manual, I think we have given it to you already. And like I said earlier, all the external